Hold on. São Paulo. Okay, Brazil.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello.
Just
went
say the
from
microphone made a
0
mentions.
to 100. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to just go from 0 to 100.
Come on, enter.
It is episode 11. We are so glad you are hanging out with us today. Your internet sisters are so glad you're back with us. So let's hop right into this episode. Nicole, are you ready for your question of the day?
I am. I'm very excited.
Okay, so today is a very special day. Today is our mama's birthday. So in the interest of celebrating her, could you tell me one or a few of your like favorite core memories with mom?
Oh my gosh.
I know. There's a lot of them.
Holy.
What's one thing that you just like is a memory that might have been like a small day-to-day thing, but you still remember it very clearly, or like a tradition that we used to do?
God, there's so many things. Okay, so I can't even go in chronological order. Literally, this is gonna be all over the place. Okay.
It's scattered. It's all good.
So starting from most recent would be when mom came down. I was driving to home to, you know, and I didn't want to drive by myself with baby boy for the first time. And he was like maybe 4 or 5 months at that point. 5 months at that point. And so my mom graciously flew down and so that and drove back up with me so that I wouldn't have to be by myself. It was great. And so one of my core memories from that trip was when we stopped at a rest stop and I had brought my blanket for baby boy. And we just like to get him to stretch his legs, just be outside for a little bit. We put the blanket down at the rest stop and just laid on the blanket underneath like a big old tree and just, watched him watch nature and just, so like I have a picture of that when mom was just like
so sweet.
leaned over looking at her grandson. And I was just like, man, this is crazy. So just like her being willing to do that, like love that. Also the various shows that we got to watch her do and perform and absolutely slay. And
yeah, our mother was a professional opera singer in a past life, so that is definitely core memories.
Yeah.
Do you remember the costumes? What costumes?
I remember
do you
the
have in your head?
sparkly
'Cause
one.
I have
There was a sparkly one
Yup.
where she was playing, like, was she a fairy or something? Or was she
some type of forest nymph or fairy or something like that.
And she was covered in glitter. She was so sparkly, and it was like a blue. It was a very cool tone color, which was gorgeous with her skin tone because her skin tone is deeper than ours. And she just glowed, and she was covered in glitter. I just remember there being sparkles all over her face.
And didn't she have like a butterfly? I remember sparkly butterflies.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on a crown or like sewn onto the dress.
It was so
just, like,
cool. It was so cool.
yeah, and just endless rehearsals. We were always going to auditions or rehearsals, or whether it was in our house or in somebody else's house, or big part of our childhood.
And Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Shout out to Smokey Joe's Cafe, put on by our local theater. I don't know why so many of those songs stuck in my memory because we probably weren't at that many rehearsals. But
the whole thing was songs. So like
it's all songs. There's no dialogue. Yep. So it's just like core memories. They kind of pop up multiple times in my mind. But it's fine. It's fine.
The time that we all went to Asheville to celebrate your birthday, was it 21?
Yeah, my 21st birthday.
Love that. And it was me, Faith, and mom. That was a blast.
That was so much fun.
I mean, obviously, the big one is probably when mom was willing to move up to New York for a time with me while I was involved in something while you and dad stayed here. So we had, I've got tons of memories of us just like going to different places to try foods, going to different museums. Like that time, it was literally with me and her. Like we didn't know anybody up there. It was me and her. So those are like
Mhm.
literally just off the cuff without me like being like, thinking of like some of the memories that I have with
Yeah.
my mommy.
I love it. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
mom.
mommy.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, so it is now your turn to put us
Oh
on
boy.
for this episode. So what do you have for me? I'm ready.
Okay. So today's put you on, I'm super excited about. So y'all get ready, okay? It is Miss Ohavia Phillips, soon to be Mrs.
Period,
Okay,
period,
he locked it
period.
down. He did what he needed to do. Soon to be
Yes.
Mrs. Ohavia Reed, okay? Go ahead and put that out there right. Yeah. So Ohavia, I'm gonna do a little bit of the bio and I'm gonna jump around
Yes,
a little
okay.
bit because the bio is bioing. Okay. It's giving mogul.
I'm locked
It's
in.
giving
I'm
mogul.
locked in.
Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
it says a Brooklyn native, Ohavia Phillips is living the dream in all things sports, media, and entertainment. Ohavia is an electrifying MC in arena host for the Charlotte Hornets, award winning business owner, merchandise queen, and social media ball of energy, to say the least. Her accomplishments include 50 most dynamic women in Charlotte region, inducted into Forbes BOK, along change agents and creatives being named on business North Carolina's power list for media, career master top entrepreneurial woman to watch, a woman to know in media and business, the Andre Leon Talley Icon Award, Excellence in Entrepreneurship, and the Community Resource Award from Premier Foundation, North Carolina, to name a few. Okay.
Insane.
Overall, Ohavia says she's living the dream in her personal brand while pursuing a bigger dream to establish a respected multimedia company that creates positive content and meaningful dialogue while bringing communities together. Um, she is a force.
Yep.
She's a
Yep.
force. Now, I actually first met Ohavia in college,
Mhm.
and we took a public speaking class together. And I remember seeing her in class and being like, dang,
Different level, man. Built
different,
for it.
built for it. She was
Yeah.
incredible to watch give speeches and just like her energy has always been so positive and so
Mhm.
uplifting.
Mhm.
And it's just like it makes you proud and she makes you
Yeah.
feel like she knows you. Um, and so
Yeah.
I'm loving seeing her continue to just like climb the ladder and get to where she wants to
Traveling,
be.
getting, like, national exposure.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, man.
she's one of those people who just kind of had to take a leap of faith and leave a
Mhm.
job that she was doing well in, as a reporter, on like our local news, and decide to
Mhm.
just kind of like go for it, and it was worth
Yeah.
it. And she
Yeah.
is continuing to do big things, and we're just like super proud of her. Faith, how did you first meet Ohavia? Have you met her?
So, speaking of feeling like she always knows you, I think that 2 things that blow my mind about Ohavia is that the positive energy is very much so an authentic
Yes,
positive energy
yes,
because you have the folks that are clearly, like, burning the candle at both ends, and it's like,
yeah,
I see the time bomb
yeah.
happening, but there is, like, a very intentional balance of rest and authenticity, which is really amazing to see in Ohavia.
Hmm.
And the second thing, talking about how you feel like you know her, Ohavia actually was a keynote speaker at a graduation ceremony for a nonprofit that I used to work at. And so when she came in the door, she was doing her thing, killing it as always. And afterwards, I was escorting her back to her car because the campus we were on was crazy confusing. And in the elevator, she was like, I don't know you specifically, but I think I know your sister. And I was like, yeah, you probably know her. Nicole's my sister, right? She was like, yep, we were in class together. And it was crazy how not only was she like doing the I think you look familiar thing that you
Hmm.
kind of do in
Hmm.
networking situations. She was legitimately like, I know your face.
Mm,
And I know your face enough to know that you're not the person I'm thinking of,
yeah.
but you have to be related to this person.
Mhm.
And so it was just really cool because by that point, you guys have been out of college for quite a
Yeah.
while and your networks had shifted, but it was still cool to see that she pays attention. And she's a really authentic connector. And so she's that person where I don't even have to see the whole post on social media. I'm liking it.
Okay.
I'm liking the
Yep.
post because I It is what it is because it's gonna be good stuff. And so that is a really, really good put you on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Octavia Phillips, media
She's
mogul,
awesome.
Afro Latina.
Hey.
She's
What
killing
is
it.
it?
She's
What's her
killing the
saying?
game.
Dije lo que dije.
Dije lo que dije. And her dances,
Yes.
I'm always like, I can't move like that, but in my mind I am.
I got the salsa
In my
side.
mind I am.
Yeah, it's the African. It's the Afrobeat side. I can't.
It's the shoulders.
It's,
Okay, that dance move
that
that's
everybody's
going
doing.
viral right now. I can't. I can't. I'm not even gonna. I can't.
I'm
I
gonna
want to
watch
see
it
Octavia
sometime.
kill that.
Oh,
I
you
know she
know she
can.
got it. Child, I want to
You know
see
she can.
it.
Oh
But yeah,
God.
y'all check her out. We're gonna drop her information in the description below. She's an incredible energy. Just to have around and just to be able to observe it from afar even is a blessing. So
Yeah,
she's awesome.
it's
Check her out.
amazing. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right. What we got next? It's time for GeoNews. Eventually I'll learn the song.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
picked the song and I don't even know it. That's crazy. Okay, we had what cities? What city did you have this time around?
So I had hold on. São Paulo. Okay, Brazil.
You had Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I had just like Romania in general. GeoNews had me messed up, y'all. I couldn't pronounce any of the cities around, and it was really late when I filmed that episode. So I was like, Romania it is. Romania it
The
is.
whole country.
So let me pull up my article real quick and talk you through what's happening.
Yes.
I'm very curious to see your reaction to this. It's gonna make you mad, not like war crimes,
Okay.
genocide mad, but it's gonna be like, how did people get away with this?
Oh, Lord.
All right,
Okay.
so
Oh, Lord.
here we go. Lock in. This is from Associated Press. Title says, Russia should return Romania's gold sent to Moscow during World War I, European Parliament says. All right.
Wait. Hold on.
In the Europe.
Sorry, say that one more time. I needed to take it in again. Say it again.
Okay. So, according to European Parliament, Russia should return Romania's gold sent to Moscow during World War I.
Okay.
The T. Lawmakers in European Parliament on Thursday adopted a non-binding resolution saying Russia should return gold and other valuable heritage items to Romania that were sent to Moscow during World War I for safekeeping, a Romanian lawmaker said. During World War I, the Kingdom of Romania sent by railroad 91.5 metric tons of gold coins and ingots, I think that's how you say that, to Moscow, along with jewels and cultural treasures such as works of art. In the war, Romania had sided with Russia, Britain, and France against Germany, the Austro-Hungarian, and the Ottoman empires. All right, so that's the side they were on. The gold was confiscated after the Bolsheviks seized power in Russia in 1917. In later years, efforts by Romania to recover the gold came to nothing. Some cultural items were returned by Soviet authorities in 1935 and 1956, but not the gold. In 2003, a joint commission was set up between Romania and Russia to improve bilateral relations and also work on the issue of the gold. On Thursday, the European Parliament passed a resolution proposed by Romanian lawmaker Eugen Tomac with the backing of the National Bank of Romania, stipulating that Moscow should return the gold. A little further down, it says, though there is little chance Romania will see the return of the gold, Tomac said it was important to not give up. There was no immediate comment from Moscow. So imagine your house is on fire, okay? Or the houses near you are on fire. It's roaring in your direction. And you're like, ooh, I got to get rid of my valuable stuff. I have to get it out of here. So you're like, Faith, I'm going to need you to pull up real quick and just throw this stuff in your car and take it far away for safekeeping. I'll get it back later. All right. So I'm like, absolutely. Of course. We're in this together. We're on the same side. Like, give me your stuff. You throw it in my car. I go back home. Okay. I put your stuff in my basement. You're able to recover. Your home gets damaged, but it's not that bad. You're able to rebuild. All right. Fast forward 70 years. We're dead.
Okay.
Fast forward another 70 years. Our kids are dead.
Yep.
Our grandkids are here. And your grandchild calls my grandchild and is like, hey, So can I get my stuff back? And I'm like, no. I'm like, my grandkids like, absolutely not. Or my grandkid just leaves them on red, or whatever the future
Yikes.
equivalent of left on red is.
Literally
Like, just
right.
doesn't return the phone call, doesn't return the emails. Like, they live a couple states away, no contact. This is what's happening here.
Mhm.
And it's like, one thing, gold is one thing.
Mhm.
Yes, it should be returned. It seems like gold is the main thing. I'm more pissed
The
off about the
art.
jewelry and the art.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. Like, one of the biggest tragedies in human history was the burning of the Library of Alexandria. There was so much information that we
Mm.
just lost, artifacts that we just lost.
Mm.
So that's what gets me more upset. They're very gold heavy in this, but I'm like, give me my art and my rubies. Like, where's my stuff? So what are your thoughts on this? This is insane.
Wow. The thing that stands out to me is like, we're not planning on getting any type of
Right. Like, excuse me? Excuse me?
I mean, would you? It's Russia. Like, they're like,
I know, but
I'm
like,
sorry, Romania.
do they need it
No,
though? Do they really
no,
need
of
it
course
though?
not. Of course not. Of course not. Nah. But I think, yeah, I am. Like I said, little hope is a problem, and finally art again.
What?
Like, wow.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
So I had to run the title back twice as well. When I first found it, I was like, no, this can't be what I
Yeah, because
think it is.
I was like, cause we said World War One the first time, and I was like, wait.
That's early. That's like the beginning of the 20th century. That's like early 1900s. Yeah, that's a while ago. It's
Wow. I mean,
over
it's probably gone.
over 100
It's
years ago.
gone. There's no way that gold exists anymore.
The rubies are been squandered.
They're
The
gone.
art is in people's houses, in people's attics. It's gone. 91 metric tons
That's
of
insane.
gold,
That's insane.
art, and jewelry. Huh?
Yeah, no. That's wild. That's wild.
I would rather lose it in the war. Honestly,
Yeah.
because then I know where it went.
Yeah.
Then I know where it is.
It just gone.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah. So that's news out of Romania.
sorry, guys.
Tell us what's going on in Brazil.
Wild. All right. So at the end of this one, I'm gonna have a question for you to answer. Okay.
Okay. Let me get my snack.
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Get your snack. São Paulo mayor to sorry, São Paulo mayor to step up Enel complaints after 60-hour blackout. So Enel is like their power. It's like our Duke power, basically. Okay, so Sao Paulo Mayor Ricardo Nunes vowed Thursday to file new complaints against Enel, the Italian multinational in charge of power distribution to Sao Paulo state, after a new blackout in the central part of Brazil's largest city lasted more than 60 hours. City Hall is outraged by Enel's lack of respect for the people of Sao Paulo, Mr. Nunes said on social media. Residents and shopkeepers in downtown Sao Paulo faced a third consecutive day of power cuts on Wednesday. Spoiled food and refrigerators were thrown out. Some business owners rented emergency generators. Traffic lights stopped working. Some companies sent their employees home early because of the blackout. Enel's maintenance director, Darcio Diaz, told Brazil's main newscast that maintenance on underground cables, such as the ones downtown Sao Paulo, take longer to perform and that the company is working to reduce the time it takes to restore power. Enel said in a statement that the power has been restored to 97% of the customers in Central Sao Paulo by Wednesday afternoon, and that it was offering about 1,000 generators to the remaining homes and businesses. The blackout also affected the military court, a college, and 3 hospitals. Enel won a public tender in 2018 to take over Eletropaulo, a now defunct state-owned electric company. At the time, Eletropaulo was already under the control of a private company, the US-based AES, which sold its stake. Now, because Enel's contract is under federal jurisdiction, the mayor's options are limited. Mr. Nunes is up for re-election in October. He has already been heavily criticized on social media for his lenient approach to the electricity problem. In November, during the massive blackout that left millions without power, he attended the Formula One Grand Prix at the city's Interlagos race circuit. And that's the end of the article.
This reminds me of one of my favorite audios that's going viral or has gone viral on TikTok. And it's like,
capitalism really popped off today, ladies.
And that's what really makes me think of how the first thought that I had was they're going to try to find a way to still charge these people for those 60 days of darkness. They're going to try to find a way to be like, well, technically our operations are still happening and we need to sustain those off. So even if we can provide the service, they're going to find a way to probably charge people for those days. And they're still probably getting those bills racking up because some computers didn't, the system was still systeming. I also, the F1 thing is crazy, but it's not surprising.
I love how they threw it in at the end, like,
it's
just like some
like, just in case you don't know where we stand on this, like, this is what he was doing when this was happening.
Just saying.
Wow.
So my question to you is this.
Wow.
Where would you like to be and where would you not like to be during a blackout?
I would not like to be in the shower during a blackout.
Really?
I have a window in my bathroom. Now let me cook though. I have a window in my bathroom and I listen to music on a Bluetooth speaker. So for me, the motivation is I need to know that the blackout is happening as soon as it's happening. Right? So I don't want to be in the shower. I don't want to be on a country road. I don't want to be asleep. Like I need to hear I need to hear it so I know it's popping, because the last time that there was a power outage in my neighborhood, it happened in the wee hours in the morning. And how it was so embarrassing how long it took me to realize the power went out. Because I woke up, I slapped my husband. He was there. And then I sat up and I tried to turn on the TV. And I was like, oh, it's not working. Must be the light switch. Because sometimes when our cleaning lady comes, she'll turn off everything after she leaves the room. And so I'm like, that must have happened. Like, maybe I just need to flip the switch. So then I flipped the switch on. And then I hit the remote and I'm like, still not working. It's probably not plugged into the wall. So then I go. Also, while this is happening, house is freezing. Haven't checked it. Haven't clocked it yet. It's winter. And so I'm annoyed because I have to stand up and I'm annoyed, but I hadn't clocked it yet. Then I plugged it in and I'm like, dang, still not working. Maybe the plug's broken. Like it took me so long to realize.
Maybe Chewy went and chewed through the corridor.
Right, like, man, like what's going on? So I need to be in a place where I'm using the power. Where do I want to be? I think I would actually want to be. Actually, I would not like to be driving in a city because the lights go out. It's anarchy. Especially in where I live. I would probably like to be at a sporting event because imagine this. Curry goes up for the 3. It's just dangerous, chaotic, but how funny, right? Like how funny would it be to watch everybody try to figure out like what is going on, what's happening. I like seeing athletes humanized in a safe 101. Way. No. Well, I mean, where are we gonna go though? Where are we gonna go if the lights go out?
Exactly. Everybody's gonna be like, "Where do we go?" And then you're all dead because you stomped over each other trying to find the next
down. I'm sitting down and I'm charging it. Like, and they have emergency lights in organizations like buildings like that are prepared for everything. It's like
generator.
So there's staff that are trained. There's emergency lights. There's generators. Like, yeah. Where would you like to and not like to be during a blackout?
I would like to be. Let me think. See, I have to think these things through.
I immediately was like, shower.
Okay, so I want to be in a mall, but I don't want to be in the mall. I want to be on like the outs, like the Dillard,
like the department stores. Yeah.
But mainly so I can just like take things and run out.
Wow, crime. Yeah. Got it. Noted. Noted.
Noted. Who's gonna be like, oh, everybody's gonna be freaked out about. Nobody's gonna care about the pair of Louboutins that like I accidentally put into my bag.
Not you looting at the Dillards.
Now, where would I not like to be? Honestly, downtown, any city.
Yeah.
Anything,
I guess,
or a sporting event where I feel like I could possibly die because people
they have the infrastructure. You're good, and it's also a sporting event, so ain't no weapons in that building because they don't check every bag.
No. Well, apparently my umbrella's a weapon. I will never let that go. I brought my umbrella because it was raining to a game, and they were like, "You can't bring that inside," and I was like,
"What am I gonna do?"
Yeah.
What? Literally, what are you afraid of? Nah, it's okay. I'm mad that I took my pepper spray. I had a flight to San Diego and forgot to take it off my keys. I just got this pepper spray like days before. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Dang.
Interesting. Downtown. I mean, I guess. I don't know. But I hope that the infrastructure gets solved. I hope that people band together in the way that they need to band together to receive the resources that they very much so deserve to survive and to run their businesses.
Right.
Like, are people going to get compensated for the food they had to throw out from their personal homes? What about restaurants? Do they get compensated for the food that they had to? Because that's their business.
There's
like,
no way.
Yeah, I'm not optimistic, unfortunately. But dang, man. Okay, well,
You know who else is optimistic?
a lot of
Romania, because they don't think that they're gonna get the. Sorry.
They're like, it's worth a shot. Like, we can't not ask for it, but we're not gonna get it back. Like,
sorry, I had to bring it back.
Dang.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. Okay. Well, are you ready?
Yeah.
So, speaking of Romania, I'm gonna need you to lock in. And I'm looking at the time because I could talk about this at great length, but I cannot. We do not have time for that. But I need to tell you about this movie that I watched.
Okay.
Oh, I won't say the title of it, mainly because I don't remember right now. It'll come to me. So this movie is starring Adam Sandler, and it's a Netflix original movie.
Okay.
I wouldn't gravitate towards this for multiple reasons on a usual day, but I was like, I got the time on my hands. Why not? So I put on this movie. And the premise is about Adam Sandler, and he is an astronaut. And I'm pretty sure that it's a Romanian mission, but he's an American astronaut. And so we pop into this story about 6 months into this year-long voyage that he's taking to gather data on some particles outside of like Jupiter or something. So we hop in, he's 6 months in, he's got, the scruffle, he looks sleep deprived because like there is no sunrise, sunset, so his circadian rhythm is off. He's taking medications to know how to sleep. And we kind of see him, they do a good job of showing and not telling that he's deeply in this routine. He does speaking engagements where he talks to the news, he talks to classrooms, and on the back operating side, he has a whole team of people. And this one guy in particular who's like 24/7 at his disposal with any repairs that need to happen, any updates, any health stuff. Like, just a lot of hands on deck for this. He's also married. Now, his wife, played by Carey Mulligan, which I remember these names, but I don't remember the name of the movie. That's crazy. So Carey Mulligan has been married to him for a while. They have pretty sure they have kids. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. So Carey Mulligan, it shoots to him, just Carey Mulligan sitting in her living room, and is kind of like, I'm gonna leave my husband, and I don't want to drag this out, and I need to find a way to tell him, and I just don't know how. Because for the past couple of weeks, they were usually frequently communicating, but Adam Sandler's like, yo, we haven't talked in a minute. Like, is she okay? He's asking the comms, like, have you gotten any messages from my wife? Have you gotten any messages from my wife? And then it flips to her, and her mom is trying to talk her out of it. She's like, you can't wait 6 months for this man to get back from space. He's going to be so depressed.
Wow.
Like, you know, this is not the time. And she's like, I just don't want to wait any longer. Life is short, blah, blah, blah. So meanwhile, the comms people, they know this. They know that she's about to leave him, and they're holding back her messages.
Oh, snap.
She ends up sending him messages. The comms are like, there's a scene where the main comm guy and one of the leaders on the team, they see the message, and it's like, we're not sending this. Like,
whoa.
It gets crazier. So then, about probably 10, 15 minutes into the movie, with all this context, he's very lonely. He's missing his wife. He's not knowing why she's not talking to him. They've been lying to me like, oh, the system is broken. Yeah, well, that's why. And he's like, okay. What can he do? He's in space. So one morning, Adam Sandler wakes up, right? Okay. And he opens the door to his bed pod. Like, every room is separated, and he looks in front of him, and there is, I kid you not, probably like a 10-foot spider.
What?
That talks.
What?
And it's like, he opens the door, the spider's there, the spider's like, hey. And Adam is like, ah! It's
what is
speaking
this
English.
Movie? Okay.
And the voice actor, I know this voice actor, spectacular voice. Um, he's like pretty much like very much so biblical, like don't be afraid energy. Like I know I look like this. You didn't expect me to be here. I'm massive. You please like just like hear me out. And Adam Sandler literally takes sleeping pills, closes the door, and charges it. He's like, I'm seeing things. I'm going to bed. So Adam Sandler goes to sleep,
Oh my
and the spider's
gosh.
like, cool. So next morning, Adam Sandler opens the door. Spider's not there. But while you can't see the spider is still there. And so to not startle Adam Sandler, the spider is pretty much like, hey, so I'm still here. He was like, he knows how to hide his body very well. And he didn't want to startle him. So he was like, yesterday didn't go well. So maybe I'll hide and just talk first and then reveal myself. And Adam Sandler was like, well, two things that I noticed. First of
Wow.
all, Adam Sandler, there's not enough commotion for me. There's not enough commotion. Second of all, he doesn't tell the comms back home yet because he's like, I'm
Yeah,
tripping. Like it takes him a really long time. He's like, they're not gonna believe me. Like they offer him psych help. I think he does have a psych person that he talks
Oh, that's
to,
good.
but he's like, I'm not telling anybody about
Oh
this. And it's so sweet because the way that they don't exchange names, but the alien calls Adam Sandler Tiny Human. So he's like, good morning, Tiny Human. I'm still here on the ship, and I'm an adventurer. I'm an explorer and a learner like you. And I felt your loneliness, and I wanted to come closer, and I think I might be able to help you. And Adam Sandler's like, get off of the ship. And the spider's like, no. And so I haven't completely finished the movie yet because I was like, I gotta go to work. It was way too early in the morning for me to be processing that. But
Whoa.
literally after a while, they're just like, I guess we're boys now. And so they talk about life and space and what they learn about. And it's just,
What?
it is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I can't believe I got as deep into the movie as I thought. I should have turned it off on Carrie Mulligan. I'm like, I'm leaving. But I was like, I got to see how this plays out.
What?
Yeah. So I still don't remember what this movie's called. It just came out like a couple months, maybe weeks
This
ago.
is
Adam
wild.
Sandler space movie, and it's a Netflix original. And you got to see this spider because there's not enough yelling
It's
for
called
me. There's not
Spaceman.
one scream. Oh, well, there it is.
The
Yeah.
most basic of
Yeah.
basic names. Okay, let me see.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's literally called Spaceman. What is happening? What is this movie?
Please tell me you've seen the spider.
No, I haven't yet.
I need you to see it so you can understand.
I mean, this has to be okay. It has to be it. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. Waking up to that,
Oh,
there were no screams.
Jesus.
He also never once at this point asks, how did you get on here?
Oh,
That's
that's
never a question.
terrifying.
Because if you open the ship, I'm flying out into space. Like, how are you just
How
here
far are you
now?
into this movie? Aw.
Probably close to an hour.
Oh, okay. Because it looks like stuff gets crazy.
Oh.
I'm like, what is
Maybe I'm not there
happening?
yet. Last time I was there, they were eating Nutella
Oh,
together, like in
don't
the
talk to
kitchen.
me about Nutella, girl. I
Yeah,
love
sorry.
Nutella.
Oh, I think one of them didn't like it or couldn't eat it or something. But yeah, it is the strangest thing I've ever seen. And when I saw Romania pop up on our list, I was like, I have to talk about this movie.
Spaceman.
So, Spaceman, if that's your thing, listeners, if that's your jam, check it out. Check it out.
Wow.
But we got to keep it pushing. So, what is our chit chat about today?
Well, let's see. Do you want to do? We could do both, either or. We could do wedding, or we can do, comfort zone stuff.
Let's go wedding. Let's chat
Okay.
weddings.
Okay, so what we're talking about today with weddings is what is something that you wish somebody told you going into your wedding, and what is something that you enjoyed about your wedding. So I'll start.
Okay.
I wish whoever they is, told me how much other people were invested in certain things about your ceremony or reception or whatever, that you weren't necessarily like cared about. Does that make sense? So there are like certain things where I was like, And I don't know if it was just like I hadn't been to a lot of weddings, and there were certain things that I just like forgot was a thing that apparently was like a
Mm,
big deal for other people. Um,
yeah.
for instance, we after we got done taking photos, we
Mhm.
just went ahead and came into the reception so that we could like kind of
Yeah.
nonchalant come in and start saying hi to people. Thank you for coming.
Oh, there was no, like, presenting. There was none of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
completely
yeah.
forgot that
Because
was a
even
thing.
when you said it, I was like, "Oh, and?"
Exactly.
Like, of
Completely
course.
forgot that that was a thing. I completely forgot that that was a thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was like it was very much so
Did I
like
do that?
somebody started I'm not gonna say, but somebody started scrambling around and basically made that moment happen. Like
Oh, no.
had somebody that who I now know, yep, had somebody get on the mic who is not an extroverted person
Oh, God.
and just so happened to be the one helping with music. Be like,
Oh,
"Hey
God.
guys." Yeah.
I totally didn't even clock that. I was returning to consciousness, but I totally didn't clock that you just kinda walked in because that's what you wanted. You just kinda wanted to
Yeah, we just wanted
transition
to
smoothly
yeah.
and greet people and wow. I don't know, I also feel like there wasn't necessarily like a dance floor in your reception hall.
Mm-mm.
I feel like that's a very dance floor specific thing, but when it's like people are eating and chilling and it's more like
Yeah.
casual, it feels very normal to just kinda ease into the event,
Mhm.
you know, and head to the table,
Yeah.
the sweetheart table.
So that's what I mean, like, certain things
Wow.
that you're like, "It's not a big deal," or like it but, like, for some people,
Mhm.
for some reason, it's just like, "No, we have to do this. This is what."
A big deal to
Yeah.
them. You're like,
All
"Okay,
right.
fine." Like
Yeah. That's something that and of course, there's certain things that everybody talks about where it's like guest list stuff, where it's like, "I did
Mm,
not want these people in here. They barely know me." It's like,
yeah,
"Okay, but you're gonna have to
I
succumb
guess.
to the"
Yeah.
so that stuff I feel like everybody has to deal with when it comes to their wedding.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
something that I enjoyed though, was just like the little personal touches I feel like that were a part of the
Mm.
wedding. My mom, uh, helped. Do you remember those, like, white branches?
Oh,
Right?
that's right. Because you had a December
Yep.
wedding, so it was,
It
like,
was, like, kinda
beautifully
winter.
designed, like, birch branches.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That yeah, that she had found and, like, I think they spray painted it and, like, added, like
So
yeah,
creative.
really cool, stuff like
Like,
that.
glitter and berries
Yeah.
and oh, it was so
Yeah,
pretty.
so I love those little personal touches, and I'll always remember that,
Mhm.
and, like, doing the, daddy-daughter dance with dad who, doesn't like to get emotional, and so
He
he
did the same thing with mine. We talked the
yep,
whole
talked,
time. It was giving
and
podcast.
he I think with mine, he just, he was just mouthing the words of the song the whole time. He
Mhm,
was, like,
mhm.
trying to mouth
We
the
always
words of the
all of us, we just lose ourselves in the music, and it's like, "Am I
yeah,
coping?
right,
Who
and I was
knows?
just
Who
laughing and
knows?"
crying at the same time because I was like, this guy." Oh, and also your, toast.
Oh, my TED Talk?
What are
God,
you talking about?
I felt like I wouldn't shut up.
I don't remember that at all. I just remember enjoying it. I'm enjoying
Thank
it.
you, I'm glad.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what about you?
Oh
Start
god,
wherever you want.
so I'll start with the stuff that I wish people warned you about. I wish that somebody would've warned me to do absolutely nothing the day before.
Mm,
Um, and it was very much so and usually when I'm stressed, it is self-inflicted, and I've put too much on my own plate, and nobody asked me to do that
mhm,
thing. I wish somebody would've told me to really just kinda isolate and do nothing
mm,
the day before because I was kinda running around and worried, but I don't know if nothing would've helped me because I would've overthought the coming
yeah,
day. Um, I also wish and this is something that I wasn't told, but I was able to observe, and it made my day a lot less stressful, is the understanding that if you decide to throw a wedding in the traditional
mm,
sense, like not eloping, not like a small intimate, if you want to throw a traditional
yeah,
wedding, this is a party for the people that you invite to the wedding. This is not your party. You were the
mm,
theme. Things that you like are there, things that you selected are there, but this
mm,
is a you and your partner theme party for the people in your life, and you're paying for other people to have a good time at said
mm,
party. So once you go into it with that mindset,
yeah,
it just makes the disappointment after is lessened. Because I remember I had a fun time at a wedding. I was grateful everyone was healthy. We were able to get family from Peru in. But I remember afterwards, it went by so fast. I
Yeah.
didn't dance at all,
Mhm.
besides the scheduled dances. I didn't really eat that much, but I wasn't hungry
Oh, I was
anyway.
starving. I didn't get to eat mine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God. I didn't eat and I heard the food was fire. But I just wish that I sat and took more mental pictures during that wedding day.
Mhm.
That was kind of a wake-up call for me in general to start taking mental
Mhm.
pictures. But I wish I would have known that going in because I was like, man, I wish I remembered more of my wedding. There's a lot that I just straight up don't remember.
Mm.
I don't remember a lot of my ceremony. I remember flickers of the reception. Um, and the things that um, I think that was the first time that I saw my husband in a full suit. So that was
Mm.
cool. Like we don't work in places where we need to dress very formal,
Mhm.
and it was more casual for Nicole's wedding.
Mhm.
It was also like our third or fourth date, and I took him to my sister's wedding, which is crazy behavior. But he showed up, so he could have
Yeah.
been like, nah. He did show up. We had a blast. And I loved, I guess, the moments that I do remember from the reception is seeing people genuinely have a good time
Mhm.
and dancing with each other. It was a very multi-generational wedding.
Mhm.
I got married
And
in a
multi-ethnic.
museum, and so it was and multi-ethnic
Yeah.
wedding. So the playlist reflected
Mhm.
that. Seeing I got married at a museum that's in a very green space, so
Yeah.
people were able to sneak away. They told me later on they were able to sneak away in like the back areas with gardens and fountains and walk and talk, and kids were able to get their energy out in the fields in the front, and it was all on one level, so elders were able to operate comfortably in the
Mhm.
space. It was just I really loved the choice in venue, and I think that contributed to those flickers of people just genuinely having a good
Yeah.
time. Um, I also really, really enjoyed, how do I describe this? I really enjoyed seeing it done.
See, you mean like
I was
over?
very, yes, like
Me
driving away,
too.
it's over. It's
Over.
over. Check out our Disney Channel original movie March Madness tournament. Only on
Disney.
Contrary.
Oh, yeah.
But
Go, 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 go.
but yeah, I love seeing it over in the relief of like this very finite day being finished and being a little bit sad of like, oh, like it's over. It was so much buildup and it felt like it was over in the blink of an
Mhm.
eye. But not having to worry about cake flavors and delivery times and when this thing is going to be finished at the tailor's was just wonderful.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, no, I've been to weddings. I've had a wedding. I hope to be at more weddings in the future. Nicole, you're going to a wedding very soon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be thinking about these things as I watch these future
Hence the
weddings of like,
hair. You know, we got the wedding hair.
yes, come on, wedding hair. Let's go twist.
Because I don't feel like yelling.
Um, yeah, I'm curious to
Mm.
know. Drop below if you're on YouTube. Like, if you've had a wedding or been to a wedding, what is something that you saw that was like, that was kind of cringy, or oh, that was a great idea. I'd love to do that. Is there anything at weddings that Nicole you see and it's like a hot take, but you're like, this is kind of cringy. I hate this.
Hot take?
I have one. Yeah. That's like it's a thing that's normalized at weddings, at least Western, United States weddings, that you're like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
For
go
me,
ahead.
it is the bride and groom announcement.
Wait.
I don't like
You
it.
mean like introducing Mr. and
Hate it.
Mrs.
I know who you are. I'm here. Like I don't know. And I know it's important. It's like a formal introduction for them for the presenting for the first time ever as husband and wife.
Yes.
And I think it's just for me, it invokes the same feelings of when people are singing happy birthday to you and you just have to sit there and be like,
Okay, that's definitely
mm,
just you. Because I feel like most
is
brides
it just
absolutely,
me?
because I feel like most brides are like,
Maybe it's the
"Oh my
introvert in
gosh, I
me.
finally have his last name." Like, I feel like that's a whole thing.
I signed the paperwork, dog. I'm
Right,
straight.
it's like,
Like we bought property together at that point.
you
Like
know what it is
it's
for
like
me, strangely? And
okay.
who knows what the future holds, for my little bear,
Mhm.
because it'll
Yeah.
probably happen, but,
Yeah.
I don't know why, and the same thing, very normalized, but for some reason,
But
I'm
you're
like,
like,
for some reason,
yeah.
it's the mother-son dance.
Really?
It's like, I'm literally fine with the daddy-daughter dance, but for some reason,
Bruh.
the mother-son dance, I don't know, for some reason, I'm like,
That's a hot take as a mother to a
I
son is
no,
crazy.
and that's why I said I'm sure my mind will change, like, I'm sure me
Yeah.
and Broggy Poo will do a nice little salsa. Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
What is it about it that's like
It's
What
just
is
always
it?
awkward. I feel like it's never.
Oh, well,
It's
yeah.
always awkward. I feel like nobody has made it look endearing. It's just always awkward.
Yeah.
So you're just watching these
Oh,
two people, and like
God.
he's like dancing with his mom. It's like
Yeah. In general, those people standing in a circle watching you
it's
dance,
odd.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be the one who's just like,
Crazy.
yeah, I hate those dance circles. By the way, at events where like
What do you
you
mean?
know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, when people hop in and, like, challenge each other
Yes.
and they push
All of a
each
sudden, there's like
person?
a
No,
circle
those
formed, and
suck.
everybody's just around clapping, and then everybody's taking turns doing like their thing in the middle of. I hate that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not I feel like that's for dancers
Yes.
who like to be seen
Or children.
dancing and just people who or children. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's also there's that undercover pressure if you're like one of the only or the only
Yeah,
black or brown
people.
person
Yep.
in this
Yep.
space. There's this
Light up.
expectation of like she's gonna break it
She's gonna
down. It's like
kill it.
I will leave this
Get it,
function. Please
girl.
don't make me do this. Right. Get it, girl. It's very Disney Channel, like, come on now. And it's like I
Really
can't.
good.
She's really good.
She's really good. It's not I'm not a great dancer. I can get it done, but I'm not a star of the show main character dancer. I can hold my own and that's it. Nicole is a way better dancer. And even Nicole, you're like, you're not hopping in the
No,
middle of the
God, I
circle.
hate that crap. So bad.
Oh God. I also hate the garter belt thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a conservative person, but I don't.
That's never.
I did not at mine.
I didn't either.
No,
It's weird. I don't think I did.
we don't need it.
I don't think I did.
I don't think you
No.
did. Did you do a bouquet toss?
Don't remember that.
Me neither. I don't. I couldn't tell you if I did
Can't
one
remember.
or not. I can't.
I'll be
tell you.
celebrating 10 years this year.
Can't
remember.
I gotta ask somebody. I didn't do a first look.
Yeah, me neither.
And that's I don't have FOMO about that. I love watching first looks. I love watching first. I love watching father-daughter first looks, partner first looks. We were just locked in and in the zone, so we just got dressed and we were, we're like, let's do this thing. Did you show Michael your dress?
No.
Beforehand?
No.
Okay, me neither. Did you pick your engagement or wedding?
Sure
ring?
did. Here's my thing. If you're gonna be wearing something for forever,
ever,
you better like that thing.
yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and here's the thing though, I wasn't one of those girls who grew up like this is the cut of ring that I want. This is the style of wedding dress that I want. I actually wasn't that person. So when we actually went ring shopping, I was lost. So it was very much so like, ooh, I
Wow.
like this one.
Collaborative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he knew exactly which one I
Ah.
wanted. And for me, that didn't ruin the
Wow.
surprise. So for some people are like, didn't
No.
it like ruin them? I'm like, no, the surprise is the timing. You don't expect that this is the moment that's
Right.
like, oh my God.
Right.
this is
If you're
happening.
like, I hate when people ask that, like, were you expecting him to ask you? I'm like, yes. I didn't know when, but like I'm not just here for funsies. And I'm a person
Yeah.
who like was not date to marry, but if I'm with you for that amount of time and we've talked through that this is what we both want for our lives, I expect at some point we're going to get married. So agreed. Like that shouldn't be a surprise. And also your partner saying yes or no when you're at the ceremony should also not be a freaking
Love
surprise.
is blind.
Like this is not love is
Okay.
blind. Right. Like
Yeah,
please.
please. Fast fact.
I am different. I
I said fast fact about both Faith and I. Both of us married at the age of 22.
Yep.
And
Same.
both of us married our first boyfriends.
Absolutely. The streets never saw me. Never saw me. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't. I really never saw me. The streets never saw me, dude.
Sorry.
And I was more so specific about my wedding.
Yes.
Like I knew the type of dress I wanted. I knew the type of ring. And for my husband, I sent him examples and just like shapes. And like he took it from there. And then the wedding band we chose together. His was also a surprise. I got his band on my own.
Wow.
He kind of knew he was less specific about what he wanted. So I just kind of had to guess, which was a little scary, but I think he likes it. I hope he likes it. But I'm also not offended if it really wouldn't be a big deal if he's like, I want something different. Like the goal was married, not to put a physical ring on your finger. If you want a different one, just wear a different one. Like, he's also a jewelry guy.
And y'all, hold on. Just
please show us the collection. Now I'm gonna talk him through this. So For me, if I lose this ring, I'm cooked. It's gone. Nicole is really wise with like travel and just switching it up. She has a lot of these really high quality rings that she wears as kind of a sub to her original wedding ring. If she's traveling or if she's going dancing or if she's going to a space where she doesn't want the OG on her finger, she'll have a ring. So she's going to bring out the collection that she has. And every year I tell myself, I'm going to get me one of those. It's been 3 to 4 years. So I guess I'm just going to charge it.
Okay. Let me not
Okay.
over this thing in my room. Okay. Yes. So, like Faith said, the thing is though, is like most of the time I'll like I'm always checking in with my husband, like, are you okay that I'm not wearing the ring? He is so chill about it that he's just like, as long as you have the ring on your finger, it's
like,
fine.
I'm not burning the wedding certificate. Right. Like, we're still married, even if I have nothing
Right.
on. I don't need this ring to remember that I'm married. Some people do. That's not my business. Okay. Go on.
So this is my actual ring. YouTube.
Hit them with the influencer hand.
Okay.
So
that's that. So here is I'm not even gonna go one by one. I'm just gonna show you the box. Okay.
They're so pretty.
So we got like I like the champagne color. You got a canary yellow. You've got with the two and more. Anyway, 2 stones in one. You got a nice Rowan cut. We got one with a halo. Oh no, this is the Rowan cut, and this is I don't remember. Anyway, so that's to bring this back. Just to name a few. I've got way too many of these. But yeah, like Faith said, like if I'm going to an event where I'm like dancing and I want to be shown clearly, like I'm taken, don't try anything. I'll like get something that's like big and sparkly if I'm traveling somewhere, literally travel rings. And I love to sparkle. I love to sparkle.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's the way to go. When we do Peru, I think the first time we went back after we got married, I did wear it because I knew people might want to see it. Nobody asked. Right. But after that, I leave mine in the safe.
I probably would have. I probably did the same thing, just so you can be like,
just in case, or if people didn't ask, but just watch. Because when we go to Peru, it's not vacay tourists. We're like in the neighborhood with families the whole time. But in the future, I leave it at home because I'm like, I will never forgive myself. Never forgive myself if I lose this thing.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah. Okay, those are our wedding hot takes. Let us know if you have your own. I do want to get to our final combo. You know what? Real quick.
I'm gonna wait on that one because I want to wait on that one. I want to wait till next week because I'm gonna have something for you next week.
Oh crap! Why am I scared?
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I got something for that.
I got something for that next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to preview though, here's the question. The question that we're going to talk about next week, guys, is what is something that you have done or tried that was out of your comfort zone that you actually ended up enjoying? Okay.
I need to cook on that one too a little bit, actually. Yeah. Let's do next week. Let's do next week.
Because I got something for you.
Awesome. Okay. You want to close this out?
Guys, thank you for joining us for episode 11 of Contrary. That's my Disney Channel thing. Check those videos out. We're so glad that you decided to join us and just spend some time with us. We're coming in right under an hour. Like that means a whole lot to us for you to take some time out of your day to spend some time either watching us or listening to us on our audio platforms. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to YouTube. At this point in time filming, we are coming up on, we just passed the halfway mark, 450 or so subscribers on YouTube. So help us get to that 500. You know what I'm saying? That 500.
Let's go.
So thanks for joining us today. We love you. Enjoy the rest of your week. This is like Sunday night, right? Coming out. So enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you next week. Hey.
Bye. Love you guys. Bye.